Let's take action against gender dysphoria. Hello everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria Rose. I am a 25-year-old woman of transgender experience, and here on this channel, honey, we talk about literally everything from femininity to reaction videos to more trans wellness focused content like this. So if that sounds like fun to you, make sure you subscribe down below so you can join our family and never miss out on a new upload. So, gender dysphoria. If you clicked on this video, you may be experiencing some feelings of dysphoria and are looking for some alleviation from that. If you're unfamiliar with what gender dysphoria is, it is the feeling of misalignment between one's birth sex and their gender identity. For example, I myself am a transgender woman, and there are times when I look in the mirror and I feel like I look especially masculine this day. I can really get caught up in those feelings, and it can be a vicious cycle. As transgender people, most if not all of us experience feelings of gender dysphoria, and it's important that we talk about it because we are not alone. I'm coming to you in my PJs today because I wanted it to be more of an intimate one-on-one conversation. In fact, actually, these are Victoria's Secret PJs, but it looks like I got them monogrammed VS, like hello. But that aside, gender dysphoria is something that I have personally struggled with for a very long time. I am 10 plus years into my transition, you know, with more advancements in my transition and procedures or just time and, you know, my hair, whatever. Gender dysphoria has decreased, but it still exists, and I still have to find ways to cope with it. So, together, let's find ways to cope with gender dysphoria. My first tip for you is to establish a support system. Every single person needs a support system, whether this is a family member, a partner, a friend, a therapist. No matter who you are, every single person of every walk of life needs a support system, and especially somebody undergoing such a major change as a change of gender. The support of a loved one is just as important as the support of a professional. In most places, you have to have a licensed therapist in order to proceed with further gender affirming care. Having a licensed therapist is essential to anybody, and especially those who are going through a rough time. I know personally, I like to take mine remotely. I like to take mine over the phone. Sometimes going to in-person therapy can be very daunting, and that's what brings me to today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Hey, I want to talk to you about something kind of personal today, and that's my gender transition and how vital therapy has been throughout that whole process. I've been in talk therapy since I was about 12 or 13, and it has been the first step before any other gender affirming care. Therapy to me is not just a requirement, it's a lifeline that has guided me through my process and the complexities of life through my gender transition and from my teen years into my adulthood. I know many of you are dealing with your own issues, maybe trying to understand yourselves better, or are dealing with problems that seem too big to handle alone. And that's why I'm bringing up today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform that's here to make the journey to mental wellness more accessible and less intimidating for everyone. BetterHelp can match you with one of their over 30,000 licensed therapists in their network, according to your needs, preferences, and location. Growing up in a small town, it was very hard to find a therapist that matched my needs, and this means that you will be able to be matched with a therapist with an expertise that might not be available in your location. The best part is you get to start having therapy sessions in whatever format suits you best. That could be video calls, phone calls, or even messaging. To get started, all you need to do is fill out a questionnaire on their website. This will aid BetterHelp in understanding what you're going through and match you with a therapist who can provide the support you need. And if you feel like your therapist isn't the right fit, which girl, that's happened to me before, you can switch at any time at no additional cost. As a transgender woman, I have found therapy to be a cornerstone in my transition, providing me support when I needed it the most. I really encourage anybody struggling or just in need of someone to talk to give BetterHelp a try. When you're ready to get that step, you can go to betterhelp.com/Victoria Rose for 10% off your first month. It's time to start understanding ourselves better and to live a happier, healthier life. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Having a licensed therapist, in addition to loved ones to help you in your journey, is essential to supporting yourself through gender dysphoria. My second tip to combating gender dysphoria is to get moving. Now listen, I understand. Sometimes when I'm dealing with dysphoria, I just want to rot in bed, and a lot of times I do, and that's okay to let yourself like rot in bed. It's important to get up and get moving. For so long, I lived by the motto of Go let your feet carry you and your brain will follow, or something along the lines of that. There are a million times where I don't want to go through with something. In fact, right now I'm actually feeling quite a bit of anxiety filming this video, and my feet are letting me continue along this journey and my brain will follow. Sometimes when you're going through something, all you can do is exist, and that's totally fine. But we all know that exercise releases endorphins. It makes you feel good. So whether it's even a walk, go for a walk around the block. My mama always told me growing up actually that if you went for a walk with no headphones in, just listen to the sounds of nature and people living, it does something to your mind, because it helps to bring you out of yourself and remember that other people are living their life, that no matter how you're feeling inside, the world keeps on spinning. Personally, I find that cardio is the key to changing a bad day to a good day. I am someone that naturally hates running. I hate running, but I just have gotten so into it. I've gotten used to it. You know, it doesn't even have to be a run. If it's a walk, if we're doing a household chore that takes some more energy, like vacuuming or like washing the floors, washing the tub, something that takes some more energy, it can totally change your day because you are exerting this energy, you're getting these feelings physically out, and your brain is releasing endorphins. And remember, this tip is to get moving. So if you can't get up and go for a run or a walk, if you can't get up and do some dishes or something productive with your body, do you know what is also getting moving? Getting up from where you are rotting in your feelings, where you are feeling this sort of like paralyzation, wherever you are, where you're maybe watching this video or you're feeling these feelings, get up, move somewhere else, even if it's from the bed to the couch or the couch to the bed, somewhere else will change how you're feeling. A change in environment, a change in momentum will change your emotions. Tip number 3 is to dream. I have always had a very, very vivid imagination. When I was a kid, I would daydream all day long, and I would make up magical storylines, fantastical lives, and essentially just maladaptive daydream. But you know what? I'm an adult now, and it's up to me to build that life for myself. So take time to think about your ideal life. How are you living in this life? What are you doing in this life? How do you act? What are you eating? How do you dress? I have always been a Pinterest girly, so for me, seeing a visual representation of what I want really helps me to dream it bigger, because I can see that it is achievable. This person achieved it, why can't I? Now granted, sure, when I'm dreaming, I can dream a little big. Sometimes I want to be a princess in a castle, or like my Pinterest boards are in some insane huge home that I know I won't ever live in, and that's okay. But if you're shooting for the moon, if you don't reach it, you still got farther than where you were, right? So go on Pinterest or Google and find images of outfits or homes or lifestyles, or find quotes that align with the life that you want and add them to a board. Look at these images frequently. Understand that, sure, you might not be there right now, but you will one day. And what you're doing right now is a chapter in your book. This is character development, who you're going to be. All of this. I mean, even me right now, I'm happy with where I am, I'm happy with how I look, and this is all still just one chapter in my book. Use these images to remind yourself that you can and will make this a reality, and the more you see it, the more you manifest it, the more likely you are to live it. Tip number 4 is to find a creative outlet. Now, it is so important that when you're dealing with heavy emotions, honestly good or bad, but especially on the bad side, that you bring yourself out of your own head. Finding some kind of creative outlet to get these thoughts out of your own mind will really help to break this loop of negative thoughts in the spiral that is dysphoria. When I was a kid, I used to draw all the time. I used to draw how I wanted to look, or friends that I wanted to have, or the kind of outfits that I wanted to wear, and I would just literally draw all day long. In fact, my teachers used to yell at me because I would be in class just drawing actually all class long, all day long, because I had such a rich inner life that I needed to bring it out onto paper. And it doesn't have to be drawing, it doesn't have to be, you know, putting your dreams onto paper or into clay, although it absolutely can be. Doing something with your hands and visually doing something, whether it's maybe coloring, or drawing, sketching, taking photographs, or sculpting, maybe making jewelry, or even makeup artistry, doing stuff with hair. There's a lot of different ways that you can express yourself creatively, and that really helps to bring yourself out of your own head. I actually recently have been going on my own journey of rediscovering my artistic talent. Dreaming about your life, like I said in the previous tip, is great, and making art about that new life is great, but honestly, not thinking about it is also great. Something I've really unlocked in my own mental journey is that I have a nasty habit of keeping myself locked in a loop. Like, I will just keep going on repeat over and over and over again. And the best way to deal with that is to bring yourself out of your head. And that really goes back to all of these tips. You know, you want to find your support system and talk to the people who you care about and who care about you. You want to get your body moving. You want to do something outside of your own mind that gets you engaged with your surroundings. Tip number 3 being dream. You want to do something that brings you out of your own loop, that keeps you stuck in that. And artistry is no different. Tip number 5 is my favorite, and that is to have a spa day. I grew up watching the 90s and 2000s movies where the girls would have like a makeover scene or like a spa day trip, have the cucumbers of the eyes, get the nails painted, get the hair done. To me, this was peak femininity. What I got out of that was, when you're having a bad day, stop everything and pamper yourself. And baby, I did. I sure did. This can be as simple or as extravagant as you like. You know, if you want, you can go to a spa and actually have a physical spa day and spend all the money, but not everyone has the resources to do that. Even if you have the resources, you don't want to spend those resources on overpriced or extreme procedures. But baby, do what you want to do. So for me, I like to do it at home. And tip number 3, I told you to dream. So think about that dream person that you want to be. How would they make a spa day at home? Think about it, sit on it, dwell on it, make a list. The first thing that I like to do is gather my resources. So maybe it's a candle, maybe it's multiple candles, the right music, maybe it's ordering food for delivery or having some easy food for later. Maybe it's a sheet mask or lotions, potions, perfumes, just so that I know I won't have to leave the house for the rest of the day. Just like all these other tips, bring yourself out of your mind, out of this loop, and into the physical. No matter how you feel about your body, positive or negative, it deserves to be cared for. Take time to make yourself feel relaxed and at home. Do things that you like best. So create ambient lighting. Light some scented candles or incense that make you feel relaxed and at home. Maybe draw a bath or turn on some relaxing music. Take a hot shower or bath and take time to really scrub every single part of yourself and rub every worry away. Break out your favorite lotions and moisturizers and make sure you are covered from head to toe. There are 1,000,001 DIY face masks you can do online. I've seen on YouTube like all sorts of egg white masks, aspirin masks. Try one of those or get one of the cheap face masks like the sheet masks at the grocery store. Anything up to a luxury mask if you want. Do whatever makes you feel beautiful, whatever makes you feel good with your soft skin, or maybe try a nourishing hair treatment. Maybe paint your nails or tweeze your eyebrows. I personally love to end the night with any kind of comfort girly pop movie, which could be Princess Diaries or Legally Blonde, and some kind of low maintenance food that is either, you know, microwavable, something that's already in my fridge, or some kind of delivery. Enjoy every bite, appreciating it for nourishing your body. When you're ready for bed, blow out all the candles, reflect on your day, put on your best hand cream, and dream of a better tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you cope with your dysphoria. I know for me, I feel very trapped in my own mind, and that's why all these tips include getting yourself out of your own head and into the physical. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe down below so that you can join the family and never miss out on a new upload. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Please make sure to check them out in the description down below. You are all amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next week, good luck. I love you.